They say you shouldn't drive through Grayson Hollow after dark. Locals don't even take that road in daylight unless they have to. Too many stories, too many accidents. People say it's cursed, but for Noah Hart, it was just a shortcut to save time. This happened in 2019. Noah was 29 at the time, an EMT driving home after a 14-hour shift. Exhausted, he was heading back to his rental just outside Ashbridge, a rural town in Southern Virginia. He'd taken the main highway for weeks, but this night he was tired, hungry, and fed up with the extra 30 minutes. His GPS suggested a detour, a narrow back road that cut straight through the hills. Grayson Hollow Road. He turned without a second thought. At first, it was nothing. Just trees, long shadows, and the occasional possum darting into the brush. No street lights, no other cars. Just the crunch of gravel under his tires and the steady beat of his windshield wipers against a fine mist. It was around 1:37 a.m. when he saw her, a woman, standing on the side of the road. Pale blue dress, soaking wet. Long dark hair plastered to her face. She wasn't waving. She wasn't even looking at him, just standing, motionless, right at the edge of the ditch. Noah hit the brakes hard, skidding slightly. He looked in the rearview mirror, heart racing, unsure if he'd imagined her. But there she was, now behind him, still staring straight ahead, as if she hadn't noticed the car at all. As an EMT, he'd seen all kinds of things. Disoriented dementia patients wandering highways, drugged-out teens collapsing at gas stations. It wasn't unheard of for someone to be out like that. Maybe she was in trouble. Maybe she'd crashed her own car. Against his better judgment, he backed up slowly, rolling the window down. "Ma'am, are you okay?" No response. She didn't move. That's when he noticed something strange. Despite the rain, the grass around her feet was completely dry. He blinked, looked again, still dry, and then she turned. Noah later described her face as wrong. Not bloody or monstrous, just off. Her features were too symmetrical. Her skin looked almost plastic, like it had been painted on. But her eyes were completely black. Not angry, not sad, just empty. He slammed the car into gear and took off. He didn't look back, didn't stop. The road seemed to stretch longer than it should have. Curves he didn't remember seeing on the way in. It was almost 15 minutes before he reached the main highway again. When he got home, he sat in the car for almost half an hour, hands shaking. Eventually, he convinced himself it had been exhaustion, a hallucination, a trick of the light and stress. But the next morning, he noticed something on his windshield. Not a crack, not a scratch. A handprint, small, wet, pressed from the inside of the glass. He didn't tell anyone at first. Not his girlfriend, not his coworkers. But a week later, while getting coffee in town, he overheard two old men talking at a nearby table. One of them mentioned a girl on Grayson Hollow that folks used to see back in the 80s. Said she'd drowned in the creek after her car skidded off the road during a storm. Her name was Ellie Jameson, just 23 years old when she died. People said her spirit never left. Said she waits near the ditch, still soaking wet, still trying to finish the drive she never did. Noah asked them about it. The men didn't laugh, didn't dismiss him. One of them, probably in his 70s, said quietly, "She don't bother you unless you stop." Noah hasn't driven that road again, but 3 months later, another driver, a 19-year-old college student, veered off Grayson Hollow in perfect weather and died on impact. The cause of the crash? no other cars, no wildlife. But his last text to his friend, time-stamped just minutes before his death, read, "There's a woman walking in the road." To this day, no one knows why some people see her and some don't. But if you're ever driving through Southern Virginia and your GPS reroutes you through Grayson Hollow, keep your windows up, don't stop the car, and whatever you do, don't speak to her.